individuals of Ramona Gardens experienced some of the worst brutality during the 1980s. As a community, it was difficult for them to accept that this was their lifestyle, so for a while they did nothing but watch.
Ramona Gardens was pretty much in disarray. The community did not like the police officers. The police officers were trying to control the crime in the area, control the gang membership. So at that point, it seemed like Ramona was somewhat out of control in the sense that they didn't like the officers didn't like the community. It was like, man, it was like just constant battle.
The Hollenbeck gang officers were walking a footbeat here in Ramona Gardens. In gang enforcement, they encountered an armed suspect in the back in the bungalows here. He pointed a weapon at them, and we had an officer-involved shooting.
When I first grew up in here, there was no gym, no gymnasium, there was no wall. You could cross the freeway.
Growing up in the projects keeps you kind of secluded from the outside world. So that could become an obstacle if you don't realize that.
I saw a lot of violence as a kid, and I didn't realize that until I was older, because you just kind of see violence and you just kind of think that's the way things are.
It's not a cop problem, it's not a gang problem, it's not a Ramona Gardens problem, a housing authority problem. I think it's a community problem.
Many members of the Ramona Gardens community are involved in gangs, and as a result, there is a lot of unnecessary police brutality.
A lot of the police come to this neighborhood with the assumption that young people here are guilty, with the assumption that young people here automatically are doing something wrong or will do something wrong, and it leads to a lot of tension.
In addition, a newly developed gang injunction was developed, which sets strict laws and restrictions on gang members.
With the CLIC program, it divided families. And that's sad, because the people that can't come in no more for a certain part of time, because it's supposed to be a 3-year plan. I forgot the plan. It could be 3 years to 5 years. I could be wrong on that, but I mean, they can't even visit their own moms.
Now, today's hazard gang is not as strong, I believe, as it used to be, and that's because of the gang injunction, I think, that was put into place about 2 years ago. The gang injunction is a program through the City of LA, through the District Attorney's Office, that targets gang members from hanging out and doing certain things to prevent crime, gang crime.
According to the Ramona Gardens Needs Assessment Final Report, there are 20 arrests every month because of the gang injunction. The Ramona Gardens community has been seen as a negative community, but the individuals will not stand to be seen as a neighborhood where only violence and drugs happen. They decided that they will try to make a difference. 4 years ago, Legacy LA opened its doors. This is an open area for community members of all ages to come together and make a difference. Our role as Youth Council is to make a difference as well. Everyone, no matter what your story is, should live their legacy. I'm part of the Legacy Dream Big Leadership Program. Well, because I'm really big on the community and making change, because I like to see things, like the time that you put into things, you actually make a difference.
Different kind of programs, like after school, you could just come over here and do your homework, they'll help you out, stuff like that.
Have them show that in different ways to express themselves through art programs, through computer programs, through recreation and sports, and that's what we're trying to do with Legacy LA, and we're trying to do with other programs we're trying to bring in the community for young people.
All those things that the kids in the community dreamed about, that's what we want for the facility. So the goal would be to raise the funds that we need to renovate the space, both indoors and out, and create a place like a college campus type environment where there's kids all the time in all places of the building, and that kids are in charge of what programs happen here.
Everyone has a dream.
Everyone should leave a legacy.
Live your legacy and join Legacy LA.